Stampers Kim from stampingperfection.com. Thanks for joining me today. So I just got the new Altenew watercolor brush markers. It's a set of 10 of these watercolor brush markers, and I always, when I get a new ink or a new type of product that I haven't really used before, I always create a page in my Swatch notebook so I can see how the colors behave. I like to play with them a little bit on this is a mixed media notebook, so it's mixed media paper. So I like to play with them a little bit just to see how they're going to react. And you can see there I'm priming this particular color. This is going to be moss. And I don't usually drop that. It had a drip there, so I let it drip on. And what I'm doing here with these watercolor brushes is I'm putting them directly onto the paper so I can see what full strength looks like. And then I'm using a wet paintbrush and just kind of pulling out the color so I can see what it looks like as I have more water than ink on my brush. So I can get an idea of what the color tone, what I can do with that color tone when I actually use it on a product. So when you first get these are just like aqua painters or Wink of Stella brushes or water brushes. You have to unscrew them and remove that ring and then screw them back together. Now, before I use that one that I just did that for, I like to keep my notebook labeled with the colors because I like to have the color names in front of me. It makes actually creating videos or blog posts much easier. But you can see the range of colors that they have here. And they have that one purple, that's Midnight Violet. Then the red is called Rubellite. It's quite pretty. You can see how intense these colors are straight from the brush. And then the orange is Autumn Blaze. Then they have my favorite yellow, Warm Sunshine. Then that limeade color, which looks quite yellow in the video, really has quite a bit of green. It's more like a lime green color. And then the moss. The color I'm priming now, you have to just give it a little squeeze to pull the paint down. This one is gorgeous. This is Emerald. And it's pretty there, but when you take that paintbrush and start pulling this out, just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Imagine that and the Rubellite at Christmas time. And you can see that Rubellite out there almost looks like pink. It's like a purpley pink when you pull it out. You can get some magenta. So you can actually get quite a variation of colors here. And then, of course, if you blend the colors together, you're going to get a whole different set of colors. That'll be another swatch page after I've played with these a little bit. So that was the emerald. The next one is, what is the next one? Oh, the next one is one of the blues. They have like a nice rainbow set, but they do have a couple of green choices and a couple of blue choices. This one is called Sea Breeze. And it's really quite pretty, and there's quite a difference between the dark right from the watercolor brush marker to when you pull that color out with the water. And I'm just using a regular round brush. It's probably a number 6 brush. It's one of my favorite sizes, so I use it a lot. So, I just want to see what this is going to do. So I'm going to label these. And I'm just using a black flare marker to label these. I like to have those names, like I said before. Plus, these colors, these Altenew water brushes, or watercolor brushes, actually coordinate with Altenew inks. They're ink pads, they're re-inkers, they're artist markers, they're alcohol re-inkers, they're watercolor pan set. All of these coordinate, and the brushes on these have a super fine tip. So again, I'm priming this, and I did find that it's easy to over prime when you squeeze it to get a big drop. So I decided after playing with them for a couple hours that when I first take the cap off, if I need to prime it, I'm going to do that over a clear block, and then I can use that paint with the paintbrush, with a wet paintbrush. That color there is dusk. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, looking at that, to me, I see night sky, I see uh, shading possibilities, I see water for like ocean scenes. Just, it's so pretty. These, they really chose nice colors. That warm sunshine color comes in every kind of medium they have, and I'm so happy because it's my favorite. So again, this is a set of 10, and the last color is a neutral. This is called Evening Gray. I thought this looked brown, like a tan, or that didn't look gray at all to me, but that is exactly the color of the Evening Gray ink pad and re-inker also. And as you pull it out, you can see it gets quite light. So also perfect for shading images or adding, a little darkness to a spot you want a little bit darker. But all in all, uh, these are pretty fun. You can get thicker lines by applying the color on using the side of the brush, and then you can get really thin lines with the tip of the brush. And again, left-handed, but I want to label the top so I know what this is when I look at it again. I have a lot of different stuff swatched out in this notebook, and it allows me to actually, like, I can take this with me when I go shopping and stuff. So again, these are the watercolor brush markers from Altenew. This is a new release, and here I'm going to show you the tip. See how fine that tip is? It's a little hard to see, but they're very nice. I'm really happy with these. And you can put them directly on paper. You can do the wet on wet technique, wet your paper first, or wet on dry, put them directly on dry paper like I did here. Then use a paintbrush to pull them out, or you can use an aqua painter or a water brush, whatever you have. So there are a lot of different techniques. You can also apply the color to your craft mat or to a clear block and add it to the paper with a wet paintbrush. So I'm going to keep that insert. I always keep the inserts, and I'll attach that to either the next page or the page facing this one after this dries. And that actually completes my swatch set. Isn't that pretty? It's just so pretty to open this notebook. Every page is super colorful. So I'll probably experiment on another page with blending some of these together just to see what happens. So stop on my blog at stampingimperfection.com. Give this video a like and share with your friends. I'll put the links for the watercolor brush markers in the area below. Thanks for watching.